You are the operant power, all right? That's what I wanted to share with you all tonight, and make sure I'm looking at the right camera. I'm looking over here and I'm like, let me make sure I'm looking at the right camera and things. Um, what's up, y'all? So, as you all jump on, drop me a comment. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I said I was going to be doing a video every Sunday, and I was like, Keysha, keep your word with yourself. You said you're going to do it, and so do it. And I'm here tonight. Well, it's not really nighttime. It's about 6:30 here in Seattle. Um, doing this actual video, and I want to, as I'm learning, honestly, what I'm wanting to do on this actual channel is just we learn together, right? We move through this content together. We move through this work together. I actually just bought the book, The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. I'm not sure. You guys drop me a comment if you guys have actually read the book. You're the Power of Awareness, all right, because that's going to be a book that we're going to be digging in definitely pretty soon. So let me just make sure I'm good over here on the YouTubes and things. Let's just go here to my channel and make sure that you all can hear me okay, that I'm coming through loud and clear. All right, so let's see here live. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I'm live right there. Oh, yeah, cool. Cool. We're right there. Awesome. We are right there. Okay, awesome. Let's go into it. So, if you're brand new, what's up? Welcome. Be sure to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, also the bell notification. So when I go live, you guys are actually notified. This channel is all about manifesting. It's all about the law of assumption. It's about, just leaning into life, right? It is about allowing. It's about the things that I'm learning as far as Neville Goddard is concerned. I have actually been probably on a spiritual journey, you guys, for the last 10 years, really in the closet, right? Nobody kind of even knew what I was doing, but I've actually been studying this for a long time. I didn't just start, I've been studying it for a very long time. So I just figured now is the time for me to start sharing what's inside of me. It's actually pretty disrespectful for me not to do that. Okay, so let's talk about the operant power. And I was trying to figure out like what I want to talk about tonight, and I was just like, you know what, this has been something that I've really been thinking about and wanting to really discuss, and so I figured like this is a great night for us to do it. Okay, so Neville Goddard says you're the operant power. Mind you of something profound. You are the one doing the work. Okay, you are the one doing the work. You are the operant power. You're not waiting for something outside of you, God, luck, timing, or another person to make things happen. You are the one using the creative power, your awareness, thoughts, and assumptions to shape your world. So you all know that I personally am a believer of the law of assumption. I believe that whatever you assume to be true, that is going to be true for you. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, no matter what anybody else has to say. It is what you assume to be true that is going to be true for you. So operant means the one doing the work. And oftentimes we will look to other people, to other systems, to others to actually do the work for us. And it's like, no, you are the operant power. And so whatever is going on, whatever is happening, whatever you see right now, you have to take 100% responsibility for it, and not give away your power and say like, oh, something is doing something to you. No, life is happening for you, not to you. Write that down. Life is happening for me, not to me. There's nothing here that is doing anything to you, right? It's you doing it to you. And I know some of the concepts and stuff are a little hard for us to grasp because we want to cast blame. We want to find someone or something to blame for what is happening in our world. Period. Why? Right? It's like you're the operant power. So that's why I wanted to bring this tonight. So there's nothing outside of you that's going to do anything. It is going to be you. And I know you're like, what? Okay, number 2, your imagination is the creative force. And this is something that I've really been learning and leaning into, you guys, and didn't really understand. But it makes perfect sense now, because if you think about even as a child, like we know how to use our imagination. Nobody had to sit you down and say to you, like, okay, Keysha, so this is what you do, right? You can imagine that you are a mom and you have a baby doll and this is your baby and all the things. Nobody had to tell me about that. I knew when I got here that my imagination, I could imagine myself and be different places and could imagine myself being someone different. I could use my imagination to create, to do a lot of things. And as we grow up, we grow older, we don't use our imagination anymore. We put that to the side and we're like, oh no, that's just kid stuff. Even the Bible talks about like how coming as a child. Like you kind of come to the kingdom of God, you got to come as a child. And now it makes sense because a child does not question. A child doesn't say like, if I told my kids I was going to take them to get some ice cream, you guys, they didn't care how the money, right? All they knew was that I said I was going to take them to get some ice cream. And so they're like, Mom, we want to go get some ice cream. And so coming to, having our desires, and the manifestation of them is just like a child. You just have to believe that, man, this is possible for me. It's possible for me to have that. Let me imagine, like, I think Neville Goddard talked about the dream state, the state akin to sleep, SADS. I think it's called SADS, right? State akin to sleep. So when you get ready to go to bed, right, you imagine the scenario, right? You use the power of your imagination and you imagine the scene. You put yourself in the scene. The reason why that's so important, you all, is because your subconscious mind, that's what's driving everything, okay? Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. If you haven't read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, I highly encourage you all to get a copy of that. Actually, you can listen to it for free on YouTube, right? The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So why not use the power of your imagination, right? And to get what you want in life. It's really that simple. So what you need in order to get what you want in life, you really came here with it. You have it with you. So as you go to sleep, right? This is how we impress upon our subconscious mind. As you go into sleep, when you get ready to go to bed, you're going to get into sleep mode, right? There's something that happens with your state that allows you to now infiltrate or, get into your subconscious mind. When you get to sleep mode, right, then you want to have a scene that you play out, right? So like, let's just say you want to get into a romantic relationship. Then you would play a scene where that's already your reality, okay? So it's about knowing that it's already done, right? So it's like knowing that that's already complete. So you may see yourself, you and your SP, they like to call it your SP, right? You may see you and your SP sitting on the sofa watching TV, or you may, I like the restaurant scene where you come to the restaurant and you're telling everybody or you're introducing your SP. You're like, oh my God, this is my new, this is my fiance, and whatever, right? So you could create a scene. And then as you drift off into sleep, play the scene, play the tape. Who is that? The Reverend Ike, right? He talks about that a lot as well, about the scene, the mind, your mind movie. Okay, so create a mental movie, right, of this actual scene. If it's money, right, as you go and drift off into sleep, see your bank account, right? See the bank account, see the bank balance, right, where you actually want it to be. Okay, so play the scene. All right, so let me just go back to my notes here so I can make sure we stay on task. Drop a comment, guys. What's up? Welcome, you guys that are jumping in. Hello and welcome. All right. So Neville teaches that imagination is God in action. Okay? When you imagine something and feel it to be true, you're impressing that state upon your subconscious mind, and the outer world must reflect it. So when you say, I am loved, and truly assume it, life rearranges itself to mirror that truth back to you. And that's, I've been really focused on the I am. Who do you say that I am, right? So it's like, who do you say that you are? So I am loved, right? I am cherished. I am adored. And I encourage women that are in the dating world, right, to really identify, who are you, right? So I am loved. I am cherished. I'm adored. I am powerful. I am safe. And so when you get into situations, when you meet people, then if that's not how you feel, if you don't feel cherished, if you don't feel adored, okay, if you don't feel that when you get into situations with someone, then guess what? Okay, I'm not into, you guys, and I wanted to talk about this, and I'm not into, and you guys let me know as well. You drop me a comment. I'm not into the whole manifesting your SP back. Like, I don't know. I just don't vibe with that. Like, a lot of people do videos and stuff, and they talk about manifesting your SP back. And I just don't vibe with that, And I guess it's like, I figure, like, hey, if we broke up and stuff, we went our separate ways. And, I'm just not into the whole vibe of manifesting them back. So I'm just like, I just been thinking about that, you guys. I've been really pondering that, because I was actually dating someone, you all, and I feel like I've manifested him back a few times, but I was like, why? Why do you want to keep manifesting someone back that's just not a good fit for you? Like, why don't you go and I feel like I feel like it is like how we feel about ourselves that we allow people into our world and stuff that are just not a good fit. And so it's like, why do I want to manifest them back? Just so anyways, that's just a random thing I think I just had to say to you all, whatever. But I'm just not into it, okay? I'm like, when they gone, goodbye, good riddance. Okay, let me see the comments. I was seeing if you guys dropped a comment, right? So we'll have to talk about that. I'll have to dig into that a little bit more. Okay, so using your subconscious. So you are loved, you are cherished, you are adored, you are safe, you are powerful, you're worthy. Oh my goodness, like, make sure you guys are like saying that to yourself. Like, you're worthy, right? And so you're worthy of good love. That's what I want to remind you all, that you're worthy of good love. You're worthy of someone to love you. You're worthy of someone to cherish you. You're worthy of someone to adore you. And if they don't do that, then just let them go. Let them be at peace with themselves and move on. And there's plenty of people in this world, and you manifest. I say, hey, you're the operant power. Manifest someone that loves you, adores you, cherishes you, wants to spend the rest of their life with you, is crazy about you, crazy in love with you, and all the things, right? So that's what I say. Okay, so number 3, you're never a victim. You are never a victim, only a creator, right? You're never a victim. And so whatever you put behind I am, right? If you say I am a victim, then guess what? You're the operant power. So now victim circumstances is your word, has to become for you. And you have to be in situations where you are now a victim, because that's what you said. You said, I'm a victim. And so everything here in this universe will say, you're right. You are absolutely right. You're a victim. So now we must make you be right. So now you have to get into situations where now you do encounter and you experience victim. You experience being the victim over and over again. So what you have to do is say something different. You are not a victim, right? You are a victor. You are a creator, okay? If you don't like what you're seeing, it's not about blame, okay? Hey, Iceman Entertainment, what's up? If you don't like what you're seeing, it's not about blame. It's about power. And that's why I want to, like, you are the operant power. You have the power, right? If your life is like, you don't like it, change it. You change it. You get to change the channel and say, you know what? I'm not accepting this. Right? This is not my life. No, I'm changing it. And so now use the power of your imagination as you go and drift off into sleep. Then use your power of imagination to imagine a different life for yourself. Now, here's what I want to say, right? Here's what I want to say. You guys, initially in the beginning, okay, you may not see anything change. You may not see anything change. I promise you, it probably won't. Because what you have to understand is that a lot of times what we're seeing now is old, stale, it's old news, right? It's old. It's our old beliefs that are now still playing out. And honestly, the 3D hasn't even had an opportunity to catch up with like what this new identity, right? This new, like, nope, I'm changed. I'm doing something different, right? So just be careful. If you don't see things move and change immediately, do not get discouraged, okay? Deny the evidence of your senses is what Neville Goddard would say. Deny the evidence of your senses. So whatever you see, right? If you are, hey, like I said, if you decide that I am loved, I'm adored, I am cherished, I am powerful, I am worthy, and then you in your 3D world, that's not what you're seeing. Just deny the evidence of that. Nope, just deny it. Don't even worry about it. Don't let it get you all tripped up, right? Because you've decided to be something different. You decided something different, and so now everything has to line up. It's got to line up. It's got to, okay? So you just have to stay the course even when you don't see it initially in your physical 3D world. You got to know that this is a spiritual world. We are spirit. That's the whole thing. Is like we're so confused and we've been so taught that we are a body. You're not a body. You're a spirit. So things are they're first manifested. They first happen in the spiritual realm, and then they're manifested in the physical realm. So when you ask, it is given. Why? Because in the spirit realm, it happens. It's just like that. When you ask, it's given. Right? Now it's in the physical realm where you got to stay the course, right? You got to stay the course. You got to say, you know what? I don't care what it looks like in this 3D world. I don't care what it looks like. I have decided this is what I choose to be for my life. This is what I've chosen for my life. This is who I've chosen to be. And so I do not care. I'm going to stay a course. I'm going to tell a new story. That's my big thing, okay? My big thing of 2025 was like, tell a different story. Don't tell the story of your love life and how it sucked like that. I've started looking at the art of revision, you guys. I'm not sure if you guys have studied that, but about revision, where I just rewrite the story. Like, that's not what happened. That is not what happened. And so who's going to challenge me? Who's going to challenge me if I say that's not what happened? That's not what happened. I get to rewrite it. I get to revise it. Okay? I keep saying you 1111. I truly believe that. I love 1111. That's my favorite numbers. Okay? But I just said, I just choose to revise it. That's not what happened. And we've just been so convinced that, we have to keep telling the story of, what happened in the past. Nope, I'm not telling it no more. So I'm very selective on phone calls, you guys. Like, I don't do a whole lot of talking on the phone and stuff because people want to talk about and rehash old stories, old things and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't live there. I don't live there. I don't want to talk about it. Right? I don't, like, what happened with you and homeboy? I don't talk to him anymore. Who is he? Who is homeboy? Right? It'd be like, it's like, what happened to you and homeboy? Who is he? I was dating someone? Me? So it's like, I always meet amazing guys. Okay? It's like, I always meet amazing guys. Like, what? I mean, so... oftentimes they say that those of us, like, in the spiritual world, we can be a little delulu. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the operant power, right? So yeah, of course I get to be delulu to you because it's like I get to just rewrite stuff and revise stuff because that's what God does. I'm spirit wrapped in flesh. Spirit wrapped in flesh, you guys. Like, if you keep operating in this body and keep letting this body system keep you, hostage and, no, I'm making up the rules. This is my world. And I'm like, nobody has free will in my world. Like, you have free will in your world, though. You can do whatever you want to do in your world. That's your world, right? Just make sure you're operating and make sure it's about love. But I can't even control that. That's your business. That's not my business. Okay? I can't control what other people do. Only thing I can do is control Keysha. I can only change Keysha. That's the only thing for me to do is to focus on changing Keysha. That's been one of my themes as well, right? The only person to change is yourself. You're the operant power, so you can do it. I decided to change my fitness, right? I went from like 175 pounds to like 100. I'm down to like 140 something now, right? What did I do? I decided to change. Okay, right. I decided to be someone healthy. Okay, I decided to be someone healthy. I decided to embody a woman that was healthy. And I asked myself, so what does a healthy woman do? What is one thing that a healthy woman does that you can do right now? No big changes. And I said, you know what? I can walk 10,000 steps a day. I had an Apple Watch that was sitting, and someone suggested to me, they was like, Keysha, you have an Apple Watch. You should get your Apple Watch and you should track your steps. Huh. What a cool concept. Right? And that's how it started. It started out with me just doing that, with me just walking 10,000 steps. And then I, Then I actually did, my friend had a med spa. She had an appetite suppressant. So I got the appetite suppressant. Okay. And he's like, I got to eat less calories than I consume. I got to burn more calories than I consume. Okay. So I just followed the path. And then I joined this gym and I started going to the gym. And now I go to the gym like 5 to 6 days a week. I absolutely love the gym. But how did I start going to the gym from not going to the gym at all to going to the gym 5 to 6 days a week? I decided. I made a decision. I decided to be someone that was healthy. I decided to be a healthy woman. Then once I decided to be a healthy woman, then this universe had to rearrange itself. Okay? It had like rearrange itself in order to support the decision that I made. That's how it works. That's how it works. Okay? That's the way it works, y'all. All is you making a decision. You standing on that decision. And I like to say, like, when you make a decision, like, just do something small that just really solidifies it. I've decided. And like I said, I asked myself, what's one thing that a healthy woman does that I can now do to really just show that I've made that decision? I decided to embody that. And that was walking 10,000 steps. And so that's what I did. I started walking 10,000 steps. And here we are. Okay? So I wanted to share that with you all tonight. I hope you guys got value of this tonight. Drop me a comment. Thanks for jumping on, you all. I see some folks that have missed me, and I appreciate you all dropping a comment here on the live stream. It definitely helps the algorithm and all that good stuff. I am actually uploading content on Sunday. So every single Sunday, you'll see content from me, whether it's a live stream video just like this, or I upload another video style. But I really am super excited about being back on YouTube and stuff. It's where I got my start. I started on YouTube. I started growing a business on YouTube. And so I'm really excited about being back on YouTube. Now, in the comments, the description, whatever, you'll kind of find ways that you guys can actually work with me. A little bit different. I don't do as much affiliate marketing and stuff as I used to. Now I'm more so leaning towards like coaching and helping people, helping especially women, to really manifest the life of their dreams. You guys, back in 2000, I would say 12 years ago, this is what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to help women manifest the life of their dreams. I really did. Life took me on a different path for a little bit. And it was fine. It was totally great, right? I went on a path to build a business on the internet that changed my life completely. Still changing my life. I got invited over the weekend to go speak at a conference where they were teaching about AI, AI twins and stuff like that for entrepreneurs. So it was a black business owner conference, you guys. And so that was all because of the internet, That was all because of the internet. And so the path, we are never off the path. Thank you, Iceman, for being here, right? We're never off. We're never lost off path or anything like that. Like, don't believe any of that. Don't allow your mind to tell you anything like that you're lost and you're off path, you're behind and you should be somewhere else. No, you should be right where you are right now. Right, you're right where you're supposed to be for the lessons and for everything that you're supposed to gain and experience in this life. You're right where you're supposed to be right now. There's nowhere else for you to be. You shouldn't be farther ahead. Like, that does not give you, that doesn't encourage you, right? That's only going to make you feel bad. And whenever you feel bad, then you're out of alignment with the I am. Okay? Whatever, if you say stuff to yourself like that, like you should be farther along, guess what that's going to do? That's going to make you feel bad. And like I said, you're not here to feel bad, right? You're not here to suffer. You're here to experience this life and whatever it brings to you. And so I went on a journey, right? That was a journey that I was supposed to go on for me to get to this point here, because quite honestly, I didn't really understand. When I was talking about and wanting to help women manifest their life, their dream life, I didn't really have what I have now to really be able to stand on the fact that I know you can do it. I absolutely, positively, I know that it's possible. I know it is. All right. And so it takes that. It really takes that, okay, in order for you now to coach people and now to help them to do something, because I've done it multiple times, right? So So I wanted to share that with you all tonight. So in the comments you'll see things that I offer and stuff. Coaching is mostly it. I am doing some AI stuff. I just launched an AI prompt goddess today, which I'm super excited about that. Because I've seen so many people asking, like, hey, what's the prompt for that photo? I'll post photos on my Facebook and stuff, and they're AI photos. And they're like, hey, what's the prompt? And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of people asking what's the prompt. So guess what? I'll solve the problem. And maybe next week we'll talk about that, how money is made. See, money is made when you solve problems. You identify a problem and you create. You are a creator. So you don't have a money problem. You have an idea problem. And when you get an idea, it's executing on it, right? See, I'll just execute on it and it'll be really messy. And I'll clean it up afterwards, right? But I just launched it, get it out there. I see a problem, and so that's what you do when you understand that, hey, you God in flesh. Okay. Hey, see a problem, solve it. Okay. What's the solution? Can I do the solution, or can I buy someone else create the solution? I can promote the solution. That's what I did for 10 years, you guys. So I made so much money online because I just identified problems and solved them. Problem, solve them. Right? Find a problem, solve it. Find the solution. Connect people to the solution. That's it. What's the problem? Is there a solution? Yes or no? Okay. Do I need to create the solution, or somehow has someone else created the solution? Let me connect the people who have the problem with the solution. And now guess what? I get paid money in the middle. Right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I love you guys so much. Thanks for joining me here tonight. I'll see you guys next week. All right. You can definitely find me over on social media. I'm definitely hanging out on Facebook. Still, mostly. So mostly I'm on Facebook or whatever. So you definitely can find me out over there. And I will see you guys on next week. Y'all have a great, great night. And I will talk to you soon. Remember, you are the operant power. Okay. You have the power to create the life of your dreams because it's all inside of you. All right, guys. I love you. Bye-bye.